Howdy, 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 and how's everybody doing this evening? Thank you for joining me and welcome back. So, it's a wonderful Sunday evening here in Michigan, Southeast Michigan. It has been raining since last night. It's about 45 degrees out right now. It's not fun. I have some things that I need to There's so much humidity in the air and I have some things that have to set. They need dry air, so it's not happening, and it's not helping with trying to get things put together for some edited content, some equipment review that I'm doing, plus I also have some other plans that I'm working on. So right now, just trying to deal with all that. So let's see who all we got here. We got Cookie Brightwell, Lisa Robinson. Everybody calm down. Thomas Foster is here. James, how are you doing tonight? Thank you for being here. Grand Theft Hoopty. Joe Gerst is in the house, Canadian girl. Selena, how are things in Illinois? Oh, there's some weirdo named Clearwater. Chad is up in here. We don't know what he's doing. So, all right, it is a Sunday night. You know how things work. And so we got to bring in our boy, Clearwater. Chad, how we doing, brother?
Great, John. Great to be here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, doing good. Just trying to, keep on top of stuff. You know how things go. So,
Absolutely.
you got a weather forecast for us?
Absolutely. The weather in Buffalo is 59 degrees. It's been raining all day, just like Michigan. 40% precip. The wind is at 19. And it's 73% humid, Poe.
All righty. Let's see. Some folks have jumped in since we were up. Let's see here. We got Nisa, Hermie, Miss Sunrise Dawn, Cajun Mama, Cindy K. They're all up in the house tonight. So, in this day and age, we're all looking for some kind of help. I mean, the thing is that with prices through the roof like they've been, I mean, it's just absolutely horrible. The wife and I are talking about we're actually looking at getting chickens, because when you look at the price, when we get the other day I was at the grocery, I bought an 18 pack of grade A large eggs and it was almost $12. I mean, it's getting ridiculous, and it'd actually be cheaper for us to raise our own chickens just to get our own eggs. So we're actually looking at those things. Plus, that you're not having to worry about growth hormones, antibiotics, those kind of things. If you're doing it all yourself, you don't have to worry about it. Let's see here. I saw a couple other people jumped in while we were going there. Jed, did you
I took
block
care of
somebody
that.
from your? Huh?
I took care of that on your side.
Oh,
Yeah.
you blocked somebody? Okay,
I
I
just,
didn't
I
know.
just timed. It said I blocked them. I just timed them out.
Okay, I didn't know. I saw it and then they were gone, so I didn't know what happened with that. Miss Sunrise Dawn is up in here. All right. So, like I said, everybody's looking for a way to save money nowadays. Everything is so daggone expensive. I mean, vehicles that you would have bought, 5 years ago, 25,000 dollars, now 50, $60,000. It's just crazy. Yeah, I know Charlie, but I'm actually, I saw the one from Megalag, and that was the one Charlie based his off of. And the thing is, Selena, this is just crazy how this goes. A lot of people don't realize how these things work and what actually happens with them. And what we're talking about is an app or a company, I guess. I don't know, whatever you want to know it, you want to call it. Is It's called PayPal Honey, and it's formerly known as Honey, an American technology company and subsidiary of PayPal, known for developing browser extension that aggregates and automatically applies online coupons on e-commerce websites. All right, so it was developed by these folks that ran it for the longest time, and then in 2020 it was acquired by PayPal. PayPal bought the company out for $4 billion. So if you know anything about PayPal, they aren't going to buy something if they aren't going to make money off of it. And that's, just how it is. Cobb, how are you doing? And then when you start looking at things and you start wondering what's going on, what all does PayPal own? The PayPal umbrella has PayPal Credit, Swift Financial, Braintree, Venmo, Zoom, Zettle, Simility, ChargeHound, Happy Returns, Honey, Hyperwallet, and Paydy. These are just companies that we know right now that are listed publicly that are owned by PayPal. PayPal has become one of those mega corporations that, what are you going to do with it? So as we're talking about things and what's going on with Honey and all that, and the short end of it is basically, Honey started out as an online service that you would apply to either your phone or to your computer or whatever. And when you were searching things, searching to buy things online, what happens is that it would pop up and it would say, hey, we found a coupon for this. You can get this for this much off, or we found this, or we found that. And a lot of mega influencers, Markiplier, Charlie, Moist Critical, a lot of these people, they were all supporting Honey at that time. And they were supporting it because they believed in it. It looked like it was a great thing. And then, there was some rumors going on the backside of stuff that it just didn't seem right. I'm not going to jump in on something like that because I don't have, number one, the connections to be out there talking to a lot of these people. But so basically what happened is there's a YouTuber named Megalag, and he started making a deep dive into things, and he started looking at what's going on with it. And if you don't know who Megalag is a New Zealander who has a really good channel, and the link is in the description for his coverage of this. I'm going to get onto that video in a little bit here. But he does a lot of deep dive investigative stuff. He's kind of like CoffeeZilla in some of the stuff he does, where, he gets in there and he finds stuff out that a lot of people never even thought about. Let's see, PayPal connected to Peter Thiel. He seems pretty Bond villainish. I wouldn't be surprised. When we start looking at these things that are going on with a lot of these online companies, what really amazes me is how many of them you find are connected together. I mean, you're thinking about PayPal. PayPal is this company that you get, you go through for a lot of stuff. It's just an easy way to deal with it. Well, I don't like PayPal. I don't want to deal with them. Okay, well, I'll get Venmo. Well, as it happens, Venmo's owned by PayPal. So you find a lot of these companies, they'll get their niche and they'll get into what they're doing. And so they'll start building their own competition for themselves. And it's just crazy how all this stuff works. So Crepitus, Bill, how you doing, brother? Thank you for being here. Trying to get some stuff done around here, but this daggone weather is just insane here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull up Megalag and his what he's got to say about this stuff. And it's pretty interesting. And I'll break it down, towards the end there, and I'll be jumping in as we go. But Megalag has fantastic content. So you got to check out his channel. Something else that he exposed was, if you've ever seen those videos before where the people are putting on the sunglasses and the person's colorblind and suddenly they're like, I could see everything. He exposed the scam of that stuff and what's going on with that. And he actually has a dog in that fight, in the fact that he is someone who has color definition. I forget what they actually call it, but he can't register certain colors when he sees stuff. So for him, he saw these things. He's like, wait a minute, this just doesn't make sense. And the reason it doesn't make sense, and a lot of, you talk to optometrists about what's going on with color blindness. You shouldn't be able to just put on a pair of sunglasses and say, oh, I can see colors now that I never saw before. Because the reason of it is that the receptors that see those colors in your eyes aren't there. So that's why it became really suspicious to this guy. Not only did he do a real good deep dive into this stuff, I mean, he looked into every aspect of it. He also got very, very knowledgeable doctors who do nothing but work with people that have color blindness. And and they're all like, you can't put a pair of glasses on and see colors, because there has to be the receptors to see the colors in the first place. So this guy, he doesn't play around. He actually deep dives like CoffeeZilla, and it's amazing what he's done. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to start playing this. I'll jump in from time to time and explain what's going on. But I'm really impressed with Megalag. This guy is something else.
By now, you've probably heard about Honey. The browser extension that saves you money.
Do you have Honey installed?
What's Honey?
Oh, no.
Honey?
Honey.
free browser extension.
Free browser extension.
Free browser extension.
Free browser extension.
That automatically applies coupon codes when you check out online.
Free money, basically.
It's literally free money.
It doesn't make sense to not be using this.
So what's the catch?
There is no catch.
Join Honey. Join Honey. Join Honey.
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 Honey. Honey. Honey.
Honey.
Honey.
Honey. Honey.
Yes, darling. But this is one of those things. And I think that's the perfect place to pause that, isn't it, Chad?
Absolutely. She looks crazy.
Yeah. But the thing is that if something's free and there's no catch, in my mind, there's always a catch.
Same
I
here.
just don't know what the catch is yet. What do you think?
Oh, I definitely agree. I don't buy anything that's too cheap or go to any of these weird sites that save you money.
And nowadays with all the stuff that's happened, with all these influencers, if it's some kind of thing like this, like with Honey and all that, here's the thing. A lot of these folks are pretty decent people that were out there pushing for this. The thing is, they believed in it because it looked like this was the real deal. And they're going to get into it just a little bit deeper here. But as you'll notice, if you saw back as this started, it's a little thing that pops up whenever you're doing shopping or something like that. It will say, hey, we got coupons for you for this or that. And, and so you get on there and he's going to explain how it is that this makes money. But you got to figure if it's free, there's no catch, but yet they were bought out by PayPal for, what was it, $4 billion? They had to be making money somewhere. Yeah, in 2020 bought for about $4 billion. So somebody's making the money somewhere. So let's get into it more.
Join Honey. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but your favorite influencers sold you a lie. Honey is a scam, and the majority of claims promoted by those influencers aren't even remotely true. But it gets worse. Honey hasn't just been scamming you, the consumer. They've also been stealing money from influencers, including the very ones they paid to promote their product. And I'm not just talking about a few bucks here. I believe the scam has likely cost content creators millions of dollars. Sound crazy? Well, I didn't believe it at first either, until I experienced it myself firsthand. In fact, I'm confident this might just be the biggest influencer scam of all time, which is insane considering Honey is owned and run by PayPal, who purchased this company for $4 billion. This 3-part series is the result of a multi-year investigation where I believe I've uncovered signs of advertising fraud, affiliate fraud, the illegal collection of personal data, deception, lies, coercion, extortion, the list goes on. I've reviewed hundreds of documents, adverts, sponsorships. I've reviewed emails between Honey and merchants, interviewed victims. Believe me, this runs deep. Now, I want to be clear. The views, allegations, and conclusions expressed in this series are my opinions, based on evidence I have gathered, which will be shared throughout. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Honey Trap.
Now, did you get that? I mean, there are so many layers to what is going on with this thing. And like I said, something that's free and there's no catch, I never believe it. And the thing is that we got to be, you got to be careful when you're dealing with this stuff, folks, because there are so many scams and there's so many things out there that will just absolutely, they'll burn you in a heartbeat. And you got to remember that there are a lot of these apps and things like that that are specifically designed to get into your computer and start tracking how you do things, get your information. And you just got to be careful with it. So that's why I suggest, you watch CoffeeZilla, you watch, people like Megalag, because, even though I went through school for the FBI school for internet fraud and identity theft, the problem is this stuff changes so rapidly that if you're not staying completely on top of it, you're going to fall way behind. Yeah, Chad, I got that. Thank you. Cool. So we got to be careful about this stuff. But he's going to go into this pretty deep. And like I said, I'll be jumping in here and there and explaining things out. But this is something that you really need to have your eyes on and be aware of and, be very cautious.
Now, I know what you're thinking. It's a free browser extension. How bad could it be? Well, trust me, it's far more sinister than you might think. You know what they say, if a product's free, it's likely you're the product. And as you'll find out later in this investigation, that remains true for PayPal Honey.
And that's something else. I didn't even bring that up. Was, you know, the fact if something's free, then that generally means that you're the product. All right. There are a lot of those, you know, they've talked about that with Facebook as the fact of everybody thinks, well, Facebook makes its money off of this, off of advertising, off this, off that, when it's been talked about the whole time that it's not the advertisement, it's not the content they're trying to push on you. You are the product. And the more people that are signed up for it, the more people that are being tracked, your information's being used. I mean, think about it, folks. This little thing right here, the cell phone, everywhere you go, how many people have talked about the fact that you walk into certain stores and suddenly you start getting text messages or updates or notices for things that are on supposedly on sale in these stores. And this is the reality of the internet world. That's why on my phone, I never have my location turned on, and I turn off all notifications except for text messaging, phone calls, everything else. The notifications are shut off, so I don't have to worry about it. And still, I get 5 to 10 scam calls a day. Thank goodness the phone system's getting to the point where they can literally sit there and it'll say, oh, this looks like a scam call. But this is a reality of it. Chad, have you ever been to the store and had those notifications pop up for you?
No, but I work at a store that does that, and I was there when they Google put the big globe in there, and they said that transmits to like how many seconds people spend. If you hover around the wiper blades, you'll get a coupon for wiper blades, and they know the store's layout.
This is just incredible, folks, how they use our own information as a way to make money off of us. And the thing is that, you know, for the longest time, you had people that are going, oh, that's conspiracy theory and all that. And, oh, there's no way this is happening. It's not a conspiracy theory if it's true. It's not a conspiracy theory if it's provable. And that's the problem here, is that a lot of these things that people were warning us about 5-10 years ago are now coming true. I mean, my goodness, how many Terminator movies did they make? But you still got people that are charging head first right into AI. I mean, the thing is that, and I'm not worried about, you know, the Terminator and all that crap. But what I am worried about is you have things like the deep fakes where Joe Rogan has talked about the fact that someone sent him a link to an interview where he supposedly interviewed Vladimir Putin. And the fact is, Joe never interviewed him. But you watch this interview and it looks like they are actually sitting there talking to each other, having a real interview. So all this stuff, I mean, it's coming about. We just have to keep on top of it and keep, you know, aware of what's going on. And, you know, they're already worried, like in Hollywood, the writers and a lot of actors and actresses, they're very scared, because how long is it going to be before AI is pumping out the scripts for the movies? How long is it going to be before AI starts making content and they're actually making the characters that you're seeing in the movies? We're not very far off from this stuff being so close to realistic that it, you know, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between an AI generated and what isn't. So it's scary stuff. Mischief, not crazy. How about he made it sound like the creator scammed you knowingly? I don't personally think that a lot of them knew that there was any kind of scam. I can't speak for all of them, but I know some of them are just not the kind of, you know, I've talked with some of them, and I you know, I've gotten to know some of them, and they're not the kind of people that do that. And a lot of them are really, really, they're just like, I can't believe I got suckered into this too. One more reason I don't own a cell phone. I wish I could get to that part. My goodness. When I drive past the Cineplex theater, I suddenly get emails from movies. That is the truth. Hey, Doc, how you doing? Dusty Soda Fountain Dispenser Pop, how you doing? Traveling Panda, howdy. Turn off Bluetooth and Wi-Fi when you leave the house. Only turn it on when you return. Yep, there's another thing that I do is I turn all that crap off, because the last thing I want to do is show up someplace and start getting notices. Hey, did you know this is on sale? That's on sale. Because it's happened to me. And I've seen it happen to other people. It's happened to my wife. you know, and I'm constantly telling the wife, you know, don't get this app, don't do that app. You know, all these apps, there's, you know, they're all doing one thing or another, but mostly a lot of them are basically using you as a product to sell to other people. And Dave, how you doing there? Yeah, right now the internet is the Wild West. And the problem is, you know, how do you control it? What do you do? And how do you keep on top of these things? Let's see. Cryptomaria. I've never used it. Good information. Yeah, it is amazing stuff. There is no such thing as a free lunch in my philosophy. Absolutely. Let's see. I think that that is misleading. There's no such thing as free money. There you go. And I agree 100%. Let's see. Yeah, I've never used Honey either. When I saw it come out, you know, that was one of the big things is I don't buy into this crap. I don't, you know, if they say this is the next new app you need to get your hands on because it's a fantastic thing, I sit back and wait, because how many times do we see these apps that are being pushed out there and then a month or two later, oh, well, it was a big scam, or they end up getting bought out by a bigger app company. And then next thing you know, they're completely changed around. They're not doing the same things they used to do. So let's get back into this.
Now, like most people, I too fell for the lies. I mean, what's not to love about a free browser extension that saves you money? It's a compelling product. And with the endorsement from what feels like every single popular influencer on YouTube, it's no wonder millions of people downloaded it. Ironically, the very influencers promoting Honey seemingly had no idea the company was quietly picking money out of their very own pockets. Well, at least one of them realized, but we'll get to that later. So let me show you how Honey's been stealing money from influencers. So let's say you're watching a video on YouTube. If you're into tech like me, maybe you're watching a Linus Tech Tips video. Linus tells you about this free browser extension that saves you money online. You install it in 2 clicks and boom, you have Honey. Perfect timing, because it just so happens you're looking to buy a new CPU for your computer. You come across another Linus Tech Tips video, and after watching, you're convinced you should buy the one recommended in his video. So you scroll down and find Linus's affiliate link to that product. Now, for those of you who don't know, when you click an affiliate link and buy something, the influencer who promoted the product earns a commission for referring you to that store. So you add the product to your cart, get to the checkout page, and hello, Honey says they found you 10 coupon codes. Sweet. You click apply discounts and Honey gets to work. But unfortunately, none of the coupon codes worked. Doesn't matter though, because as Honey has promised us for years, that means we know we've got the best deal. So you complete your purchase, you're happy, your new CPU's on the way, Linus is happy, he's getting his commission, everyone's happy, right? Well, let's quickly rewind and see what was happening behind the scenes. You see, after clicking Linus's affiliate link, you'll notice in the URL, there's a tracking tag labeled short circuit. That's a reference to one of Linus's YouTube channels. And this tracking tag is how Newegg knows who to pay a commission to.
Now, see, this is one of the things where these companies get you. All right. How many people know what the tags within the URL stream or the address stream that goes up there? How many people actually know how to read those things? I don't know how to read them. I mean, there are certain ones that I do know how to read. Others I don't. I couldn't look up there and say, oh, yeah, that's for an affiliate link or something like that. I wouldn't know these things. Okay. Most people don't know these things. Most people are not at the point where they can actually, you know, look at that and read those kinds of links and what's going on with them. And so that just goes to show you how much this stuff is out there and we don't even know that it's happening. And it's happening every single day on the internet, you know, and that's why, you know, I get approached by a lot of different companies about supporting products or, you know, these kinds of things, you know, like Honey. There's a new one that pops up all the time. And I don't get involved with those because I don't want to be in the situation like Moist Critical. I don't want to be in the situation like a lot of these streamers where they're out there and going, oh yeah, you need to go with this one. You need to go with that one. And next thing you know, a few months later, you find out not only are they scamming you, but they're scamming the people who are watching you. And this really gives you a real bad name and it gives you a bad reputation. And it's going to be where people don't even want to touch this stuff. So, you know, I'm real careful about those things. So this one, for some of the folks that signed up and said, yeah, I'm going to be an influencer that is going to be, using your affiliate links and things like that, they really had to make a lot of people believe that they're, not doing bad things.
We can also see that this tracking tag has been saved on my browser in the form of a cookie that will expire in 30 days. That way, if we only decide to complete the purchase a few days later, Linus will still be credited the sale. It's kind of like when you're at a department store buying a TV and the salesman who helped you gives you a referral card or a receipt with their name on it, so when you eventually get to the checkout counter, the clerk knows which salesman to award the sale to. You can think of affiliate cookies as a digital version of that. So what happened when we got to the checkout page? Well, once Honey popped up, watch what happened to Linus's affiliate cookie after we clicked apply discounts. You see that? Honey came in, removed Linus's affiliate cookie, and replaced it with their own, claiming credit for the sale and pocketing the commission money for themselves. Yeah. Now, if we quickly go back again, we can see what's causing this to happen. After clicking apply discounts, what you'll notice is that in the top left corner of your browser, Honey discreetly opens a small new tab, which acts like a simulated referral click, as if they were the ones to refer you to the website, even though you're already on the website and at the checkout page. Once that page is finished loading and has stuffed PayPal's affiliate cookie, the tab automatically closes, leaving you blissfully unaware that anything ever happened.
You see how sneaky this is? I mean, it literally pops it in there instantly, uses it, and then closes itself so that you don't even see it. And it's such a small icon up in the upper corner of the computer screen that most people will never see it. It takes someone who knows how to do these kinds of things. They know what coding is. They know what's going on with it. And I can't tell you how many times I've clicked and I saw something flash on the screen, not knowing what it is. That's why I'm constantly updating, have new, I use different programs for anti-malware. I use, different antivirus programming on my computer to stop, companies from being able to do this kind of stuff. And to be honest with you, every night when I end my live stream and I get off I close out the internet, I shut the internet off on my computer. So my computer's not, linked into the internet. Then the next thing that I do to make it even better is I shut my computer down altogether. That way I know that while I'm sitting there, I don't have some kind of malicious program that's in the background running in my computer, linking up to the internet, searching through my files and things like that. I'm always very leery of things like that because I've been someone who's been the victim of identity theft. And I can't tell you how many hundreds of cases I actually worked when it came to identity theft, internet fraud, those kinds of things. A friend of mine who should have known better, and someone that he came to me afterwards, and I think that he didn't come to me when he was initially getting scammed, because he thought the deal was so perfect and he didn't want to, he wanted to just get it done and say, hey, look, I got this taken care of. He got involved in this thing. You'll see it on Facebook Marketplace. They'll show you a car. Like, he was looking for a pickup truck and he's looking in southeastern Michigan. The problem is that he looks at a picture of a pickup truck that's pretty much what he wants, and it's a great deal on it. And those things do happen. But the thing is that he sees that, he's like, yeah, I want that. And the first thing, and like I told him after he came to me, after it was over with, after he'd already been scammed, is I'm looking at the pictures and I'm like, dude, that's clearly either California, Arizona. I said, that is not Michigan. Why on earth? How many houses around here have big, beautiful desert type mountains behind them? And how many of them have palm trees in their front yard? Well, I didn't even think about it. I was too concerned with the truck. And I'm like, dude, you didn't even look at the license plate on the truck. They got the numbers blurred out, but it says Arizona on the license plate of the truck. And so what happened was the person's, it's one of those scams that went around there for a while. I'm in the military. I'm being shipped out. I got to sell this off. I need to get it taken care of. So you tell the person, and, when they would try those scams on me, I'd say, okay, where's the vehicle at? So I can go take a look at it. Well, because I'm out of town, it's in this location and it's going to have to be shipped to you. here's a link to the eBay shipper so that you could take care of it. Why are we dealing with eBay? This is off Facebook Marketplace. Well, they have a better program for shipping and stuff, just a big scam. And so my friend literally lost a $5,000 down payment he put on this truck. When they actually investigated it, find out where it was someone out of Houston, Texas, and they were part of an organized ring that was doing these things. They would literally come in, set up shop for a month or two, run the scam, get as much money as they could. Then they would run back across the border into Mexico. And then they would come back in another couple of months and do the whole thing over again in a different city, either in Texas or one of the border states. So these things happen and you have to be very careful about it. And, keep your wits about you. If you think something doesn't sound right, by all means, back away from it and don't let someone, get too deep on you.
It's very sneaky. Now, when I first discovered this was happening, I thought, there's no way. Why would all these high-profile influencers be promoting a company that is actively poaching their affiliate commissions? It didn't make any sense. So to make sure I wasn't going crazy, I went on a honey testing spree, clicking one affiliate link after another, and it kept happening. But even after all those tests, I scoured the internet to see if anyone was talking about this and found nothing. Okay, there was this one debate about it on the Y Combinator forum, but nothing concrete. Besides that, virtually nobody was talking about this, adding fuel to my doubt. So I figured, screw it. I'll reach out to Honey and ask them directly. And sure enough, they came back to me with the following. If Honey is activated and is the last program used while shopping on a site, it is likely Honey will receive credit for the purchase. I was right, and just like that, my investigation into Honey began. Now, some might consider what PayPal's doing here dirty or highly unethical, but personally, I can't see how it's anything short of fraud. I mean, just imagine something like this happening in a real-world scenario. Let's say you're at a department store looking to buy a new TV. A salesman spends time running you through your options. You decide to buy, he gives you his referral card, you get to the checkout, and right as you're about to pay, a sleazy salesman pops up going, "Hey, shall I check if I have any coupon codes for you?" Naturally, you say sure. He snatches your referral card without you ever noticing, looks for coupons, says, "Sorry, no luck this time," but instead of handing back the original referral card, he hands back his own. PayPal didn't refer the customer to the store. They didn't promote any of the products. The salesman did that. PayPal provided absolutely zero value to the customer, yet they were rewarded for the sale. But because this is all happening online, buried behind clicks and cookies and tracking data, there's little to no transparency that this is ever happening. Okay, but what if Honey had found a working coupon code? Would that make it okay for them to claim the commission? Honestly, no, I don't think so. The fact remains that Honey didn't refer the customer to the store, nor did they promote the product. Look, don't get me wrong, I'm a consumer myself. Saving money matters, especially when money's tight. But this scam doesn't just affect wealthy influencers. There are hundreds of thousands of small creators, bloggers, artists who rely on affiliate commissions to support their craft. Sure, you could argue that Honey may have convinced the consumer to complete the purchase by providing a discount. But let's be real, if you're already at the checkout with your items in your cart, you already have a high intent to purchase. And again, this would never fly in a real-life sales environment.
And if you think about this, I mean, Chad, have you ever heard of the old bait and switch?
Oh, absolutely.
And for those of you not familiar with it, basically they would say, like, you go to like a used car dealership or something like that. They bring you in under the pretext of, we've got this 1971 Ford Mustang owned by a little lady from Peoria, Illinois, never smoked, drove it once a week going to church and back, and that's the only time. It's got 5,000 miles on it. They get you in there under that pretext looking for that vehicle. And then when you go in to try to make the deal on it, they're like, "Oh, well, that's not available. We just sold it to somebody else, but here, we've got this one right here," when they never had intention of selling it to you in the first place. That's basically what the bait and switch is. Or you buy something thinking that it's one thing, and when you get home and you open up the box, it's something completely different. "Oh, I'm going to buy a new drone." I go to the store and I buy the drone, and when I get home and I open the box, it's a washcloth. So what the heck? That's bait and switching, those kinds of things. Now, what they're doing here seems very similar to that. And I mean, honestly, as a law enforcement officer, and if someone came to me and said, hey, this is what they're doing, and they're cheating me out of my commission by doing that, I am definitely going to look at that as a fraud. Now, it may be different in another state. It may be different under different situations, under different laws, but that's how I'm going to first look at it. And then I'm going to go through people who actually are working in the IT field and have them check these things out. I'm going to have other people that deal with specific fraud cases. I'm going to bring it all together, and then I'm going to go forward with it. But what do here you have a situation where these people don't even know this is happening to them.
Department store is going to allow a salesman to hang out at the checkout counter, casually handing out coupon codes while simultaneously stealing commissions from the other sales reps. So why are we allowing a corporate giant like PayPal to do it on the internet? Now, believe it or not, this first example I just showed you with Linus is just one of 3 scenarios in which Honey poaches affiliate commissions, and the next scenarios are even worse. But before I show you how bad scenario 2 is, it's important you understand the fundamental system Honey is exploiting. You see, in affiliate marketing, there's this thing called last click attribution, which basically means last click wins. For example, you might click on a shoe blogger's affiliate link for a pair of Nikes, but you don't buy right away. Later, you click on a YouTuber's link for the same shoes and complete the purchase. In this scenario, the YouTuber gets the commission and the blogger gets nothing. There are other models like first click, where the blogger would win the commission, or dynamic click, where the commission is shared. But the industry went with last click because while it's not always the fairest, it's the easiest to implement. Therefore, it became the industry standard. Now, when it's blogger versus YouTuber for a sale, honestly, I'd say last click is usually fair. But when it's anyone versus Honey, there's no real competition. Honey pops up right at the end of your purchasing journey, virtually guaranteeing they'll win that last click. They of course know this and do anything they can to get that last click.
And here's another thing that I look at as potentially fraud is if it pops up and it says, hey, we've got 10 coupons for this, click here. And then when you click on it, they say, oh, well, we don't actually have the 10 coupons. I'm going to look at that also as potential fraud. And then you take the whole fact of it's literally going to link in and take the commission on a sale that they did not bring to you, then that's another way I'm going to look at it as fraud. But what you got to understand here, folks, is it's literally doing these things in such rapid succession that you don't even know it's happening. And so what happened is you've got these streamers, you got these influencers, you got all these people that are doing these things, and they don't even know it's happening to them. So this is a real problem, and it's something that I personally believe falls into the area of fraud. I think that he says it right. It's not just the big channels, it's the small channels. Those are the ones who are really relying on these links. Now, he goes on further in this, where he actually shows how what they are doing is they are, you go through and you click on the link, say Chad is promoting hair loss remedies. And so you go on the link that Chad's got on there, all right, on his channel. And so say you want to buy 1 bottle of Chad's Ultra Hair Growth, whatever, that's through his affiliate link. You click on it, you buy it. And the next thing is that Chad should have gotten, say, a $10 commission on it. But Chad's looking in his roster and he's like, hey, where's my $10 commission on this? Gets a notification from Honey. Hey, you've got 10 Honey gold coins waiting for you. Collect them. Chad goes over to collect his money from the Honey app. 10 gold coins equal out to be 10 cents. Well, on top of it, he's got to pay a 5-cent PayPal fee because he's going to be paid through PayPal to get his money. So you see how instead of the $10 he would get for this, he's going to end up getting about 5 cents on what's going on. They're going to take $9.95 out of that commission. And then you think about it, you're like, well, that's one commission. When you look at these influencers that are pushing this stuff, and they are literally creating millions and millions of clicks on products, and then you look at the final sales on what's going on, then you realize how it is that PayPal felt that Honey was worth $4 billion to purchase it. And that is what is truly scary is that when you spend your time and your money, you think you're going to get a deal that clicks up on the side there, you're ready to go with it, and next thing you know, it's not there. So, and that's where this starts affecting you as the consumer as well. Because when you're clicking on it and it says, hey, we've got these sales for you, all you have to do is click here. You click OK. Next thing you know, it pops back up and goes, oh, sorry, we didn't actually have any coupons for it. Sorry about that. You click the OK button, it closes out. You think, okay, I'm going to go ahead and buy it anyway. And next thing you know, they are getting a commission for that sale because, as Megalag was talking about there, it's a matter of who was the last that it went through. And when they're automatically pushing it through, they are taking a cut of commission off of something that they shouldn't have gotten in the first place, simply because their app is on your phone or your computer. Let's see. I don't know, Traveling Panda. I just know that PayPal has become a huge conglomerate. And when you look at, I was talking about it earlier, they have PayPal Credit, Swift Financial, Braintree, Venmo, Zoom, Zettle, Simility, ChargeHound, Happy Returns, Honey, Hyperwallet, Paydy. These are just the companies that we know about that are actually, being used for this. And yeah, Helen, it's more than sounding like it. And that's Chelsea, that is exactly why this is bad. All right. That is exactly why this is something to watch out for, because when you are looking at this and you're thinking, oh, well, I could have gotten a coupon, but they didn't have it there. And then next thing you know, they're making profit off of everything that you've done and the site where you're purchasing that product when they've done nothing to earn what they've got. And it's all because you've allowed them to be on your phone or on your computer. So I can't just be on here and show you guys this stuff without trying to show you something that's going to help you. And so what I've got is the second link that's in the description for this tonight is a link that shows you how to actually remove it from your computer or remove it from your browser so that it's not popping up like that. And I'm going to show you there are a couple things, because most of the videos that are out for this are a little bit older, but there's a couple of things in there that'll show you that are different. It's going to be hard for me because I don't have it. It's an extension is what it's called. It's an extension of Chrome, which is an app that loads in with Chrome and works behind the scenes. I don't have any extensions loaded in with my Chrome. I'm very meticulous about, I don't allow extensions in there. So we're going to look at this video and it's going to show you how to uninstall it. And I'll go through and I'm going to show you a couple things that may be different, because this is from 3 years ago. And this will tell you 3 years ago, they had a thing saying, this is how to uninstall Honey from your computer. And this is from Knowledge Base, and the link is in the description. Please go over, give them a click, give Megalag a click on, go over and at least hit the thumbs up on their content there, because these are some great things that these folks are doing, and they're doing it to help people. So this is how to uninstall Honey extension from Chrome.
In this video, I'll show you how you can uninstall Honey. So if you've downloaded it, but you no longer want it on your Google Chrome browser, here's how you can uninstall it. So on Google Chrome, you need to go to the top right-hand corner, and here you should see like a puzzle icon. Go ahead and click on that, and that's going to bring up all of your extensions. Now you need to look for Honey. So here's Honey on my window here. Then go to the right of it to the three dots. Go ahead and click on that, and then click Remove from Chrome. And that's going to ask you if you're sure. Go ahead and click on Remove. And there you go. Honey is now completely removed from Google Chrome.
And you see how simple that really is. It is not that hard at all to do this stuff. I'm going to show you in mine, because what I want to do is I want to show you that it's it's not the same on all of them. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I like that. We got the bottomless pit going on there. Let me pull the logo down from there so it's not blocking it. Now, in the current situation in Chrome, when you come up here to the top, you'll notice I don't have any extensions up there. So what do you do if you don't have any extensions? Well, you come over and there's 3 dots all the way over there on the side. See that blue oval shape there all the way to the right next to the Poe on the Go logo at the top there. That's where you're going to look at it on yours. And you're literally going to come down and just look at each and every one of them. And then you'll come down here to extensions. All right. Manage extensions. Now, let me make sure, because I want to get that page up for you so you see that. Let me make sure I still got that up there. Let's see. Oh, that's great. Hold on, because of the way StreamYard is. Okay, so we open up the extensions, manage extensions, and you literally go in and you look for extensions that you got on there. And on mine, I don't have any extensions going on. The only thing I've got is I have like Google Docs. That's the only thing, because I opened up something that had to have Google Docs open a document for me. But what you're looking for there is you're looking for extensions, and you're wanting to see what are these extensions that I've got that are actually loaded into my Chrome. Because a lot of them, and they'll do it in sneaky ways. They'll pop up and go, hey, are you interested in this? Click here. Next thing you know, they're adding it. They're trying to add an extension into Chrome. So you're going to see things where they'll say, hey, this is going to do this, or it's going to do that. This program needs permission to be able to make changes on your system, those kinds of things. Be very leery of those things. And if you don't know a lot about it, you need to get in touch with someone that does. And there's a lot of things, like there are the channels like Reddit and things like that. When I hear things about those coming up, I don't go, okay, let's check it out. No, I ask my kids, or I ask someone that's an actual IT professional, because I know a few of them. I will ask them personally before I will get in. I will go ahead and click on this stuff. 9 times out of 10, if it's something on Reddit or Discord, my kids are like, no, stay away from it. Don't touch that stuff, because this stuff, it's a lot of it's designed to make you think it's something else, and it's going to pull you into another thing. And all it's about is being able to get access into your computer, get some kind of way of tracking what you're doing, or finding ways that they can sell your information to other companies. It's like a lot of the games that you download on your phone. They have a ton of ads on them, but what else are they adding to your phone? So, folks, I wanted to bring this up tonight because the reason that I wanted to talk about this is I know there are a lot of folks out there who don't know, okay, so you say honey's bad. How do I get it off my computer? That's why I pulled that up. That's why I put the link in the description of tonight's live stream, is because I want you to be able to just, to do this yourself so that you don't have to rely on others. And if something is on there and you're worried about it and you don't know what's going on with it, Google it, look on YouTube, see what people are saying about these things. All right. Find out what's going on. Just be careful in what you're doing. Always watch out for your information and what's going on. Chad, I know, you click on a lot of those weird sites, and I know that you and your buddy Tampa Brad have an account somewhere. So, but what do you think?
Yeah, that's great to watch out for. I'm glad I never heard of this. I'm glad it's not on my phone.
Yeah, I mean, this is, these are things that you need to watch out for, folks. My wife's niece, hi Daisy, hey Jack. She's one of those folks that she's a mega couponer. All right. I mean, she can find deals like you ain't never heard of, and she's constantly paying attention to things. And the wife and I were talking about this today, and I said, I'm doing a thing on that app, the Honey app and all that. And I was talking to her about it, and she says, you need to give her a call and see if she's using it. So I gave her a call, and she's like, well, I haven't used it in a while, but yeah, I do have it on my computer. Very, very, these are the kinds of things that, are they taking a commission off of a sale that they did nothing to? And so I'm going to be very interested to see if there isn't some kind of huge class action lawsuit that's going to come out of this. No, Rancho, I can't say as I ever have. But the thing is that I just want you all to make sure you're paying attention to what's going on around you. I don't want to see any of you end up getting yourselves caught up in something, losing, getting scammed by people, losing money that none of us have the money to actually lose. And I just want to make sure, just keep an eye out for yourself. And it's sad that in this day and age, but there's far too many people that are willing to look out for others. Let's just make sure that we're looking out for each other. If we're going to be a community, we want to make sure that we're doing those kinds of things. Chad, you got any closing thoughts for us tonight?
Oh, just that I learned a lot, John, and it was great.
Thank you. And folks, thank you so much for being here. And hopefully you found value in this. Like always, you're spending your precious time here. I want to make sure that Holly, I don't know about that one. Let's see. Excellent. Thank you. Hey, Uncle, I went and uninstalled it after our call. Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you. All right. So, folks, thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. I see that our good friend Mona, that Grammy, is live right now. So if you want to jump over, like as always, you don't have to stay. Just jump in, hit that like, make that algorithm work for her. Mona's been a really good friend of the channel, and she is someone who's doing amazing things in the anti-Scientology world, really outside the box on what she's doing and how she's handling things. And remember, folks, life is short. You get one shot. Make it count.